You're listening to the Full-Time Function Musician Podcast, the #1 resource for growing your function musician business. If you're a solo wedding singer, part of a 12-piece luxury show band, or anything in between, and want to learn from other successful musicians, you're in the right place.
This next question is perfect for you. And it is another anonymous one, but do you have any advice for someone about to make the leap into full-time musicianship? You've done it fairly recently. So what would your main bit of advice be, man?
My main advice for getting people into music is it's networking. I have a structure of what I did as a solo musician, which is go to open mic nights and jam nights and showcase myself, get the boost, the confidence boost that you get because they're really strong communities. Go busking when you've got the skills, when you sound good and when you have sort of some infrastructure behind you. You can go busking without an amp, but it is very difficult. I used to get to busk in tunnels because it was a natural amphitheatre. But open mics and jam nights, busking, and then you'll get paid for paid shows when people recognise. Like, the thing about busking that's so good is you cut your teeth, because if you're not good, you'll know about it because no one's going to pay you. Yeah. And people will try and move you on. If you are good, the support that you get from communities and shop owners around you is great. I mean, I was playing out in Newbury a couple of weeks ago, and there was already another busker there, and they were great. And there's etiquette where you don't interrupt what another busker's doing. You either go further down the street and point away from each other, or you're like, okay, hands down, are you going to finish anytime soon? No? Okay, fine. And I actually interviewed him for the artistry. And I got on late in the day for busking, and I busked a little bit, and there were some people that were interested. I probably didn't make as much as I would have done if I got there and nobody else was busking. But I had a nice day, and there was kids kind of dancing around me, really nice people watching and applauding. And then at the end, around about sort of 4 p.m, then the girls from the coffee shop across the road came out with coffee, and they give you that tiny little boost, even though I didn't make that much money. Yeah. Sort of gives me the gratification that I'm good enough. And then those interactions are what takes you on to paid work. Yeah. So you're good, you have a good vibe about you, and you are seen as able to perform. Someone will approach you with work. If you've never been approached for paid work before, I probably wouldn't go around offering your services as a musician, because you haven't got the experience. You have to cut your teeth somehow, like with any other job. So go open mic nights and jam nights, go busking, and then be paid. Yeah. Even if you're good, friends and family will book you for weddings and things like that. Yeah. Yeah. So.
What about I think one of the scariest things, like, say if you're coming from a full-time job and you're about to go freelance for the first time, the big scary thing is not having enough money to pay your bills, right? Yeah. So I think just some good advice there would be try and get as much saved as you can as a runway for that sort of initial period. Did you do anything like that? What was your
I had money in the bank. The way that I became self-employed was because of an absolute cascade of catastrophic events that happened that just made me just have a bit of a fuck it moment, basically. And I turned around and I was like, right, well, everything's out of my control apart from this. So I'm going to get up early in the morning. I'm going to go out, and I did speak to venues, but I spoke to very niche venues that I had kind of built rapports with before, hotels and things like that. But no, honestly, what I did was go out, and I had a PDF document with a picture of my face on it, a little bio of what I did, and some reviews, and that was it. I had reviews because I'd been seen before. I'd been seen at open mic nights, and I had actually had paid shows before. But the very first way that I got a paid show was I was busking in Cairns in Australia.
Yeah.
Somebody saw me on the street and they said, do you want to come and play the show? I'll pay you $100. And I was like, I was just over the moon. I was like, this is unbelievable. When you first go self-employed, just lean into it. You have to... I hate the term working hard because I think it's stupid. I don't think that musicians work anywhere hard as a nurse in the NHS at 2 o'clock in the morning with a hand full of blood. So I would say just work diligently and focused. You go out, you perform, and you go to every open mic night, every jam night, go busking, and just be seen by people. And if you're good, you'll get picked up for work. And if you're not, like, also whittle down your costs. Like, make sure that you're working more than you're spending, obviously. But if you're not, don't be embarrassed to have a part-time job while you get yourself going. Anyone can work in a coffee shop or something like that. And just work. Everyone's got to do it. Like, if it was that easy where you could just go and sing in the street and get paid for it, then everyone would do it. Yeah. But I'm of a believer, if you're not good, you shouldn't be on the street. And you should work out if you're good by going to these open mic nights. And then, because the thing is about being on the street is you don't want to be a nuisance to shop owners and people around like that, because what will happen is councils will come and they will prevent you from doing that, prevent everyone from doing it. So you have to work your way up. But yeah, when I first went self-employed, I knew that I was good because I had these reviews, and there was always the doubt in my mind, but I knew if I didn't go for it, then nothing would happen. So I went out and I played and I played and I played and I played. Spoke to people, smiled, worked hard. I worked focused. and then it came through. Yeah. So.
I know, I think the great advice there as well was get a part-time job. Like, if you're coming from a full-time job and making the leap into self-employed, getting something to pay the bills, something that you don't have to think about outside of work. Coffee shop, restaurant, I don't know, something like that just gets some money and covers your bills while you work on the other stuff is ideal. But definitely don't be afraid to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And plus, when you work in a coffee shop all day and you get annoyed by some customers, then you've got some qualms to go and write about at the end of the day. So.
Cool. I think that covers that one.